Well, that's one paralog done here. The next one's gonna be dividing the world. We've done this one once. We didn't do it in the first route, so I may let this play out. But yeah, Lancer, there was originally meant to be 5 were the bit in the blue lines where you choose to say Fertigad or Bumrush. Edelgard was also route split, but they changed it. Huh. So it was originally going to be 5 routes instead of 4. 4 already is already way too much. Freaking 3 already seems like a lot when the first 40 hours of the 70-hour journey is the same across all of them. Which, speaking of, I might just bum rush the freaking rest of this game just to get it out of the way. Like, probably do a whole lot less battles. Like, if there's paralogs like this that I have available anyway, I'll do them. I'll let this cutscene actually play out because we haven't seen it as many times. I think we've seen it once before. But apart from, like, paralogs and such, I might just bum rush the story, honestly. Get it done with at this point.
Hey, Professor. I might have to go back home for a little while.
I might turn up the game volume a smidge here. Like that. Is there some kind of emergency? Or did you just get as fed up with this game as I did after freaking nearly 230 episodes of it?
Well, that's one way of putting it.
I bet it is.
The Almiran forces are causing trouble at Fodlan's Locket. Oh, do you know where that is? Well,
maybe I'd remember from last time.
The alliance from Almira is called Fodlan's Throat. There's a fortress right on top of the throat, and they call that Fodlan's Locket.
So you're going to go help defend the memes in the Great Meme War over there?
Well, yeah, you could say that. I'm sure my brother would be able to handle them on his own, but he said he really wants me to help out. I guess he's a bit tired out from all his hard work. Anyway, our dad's not as sprightly as he used to be. He's not up for a fight.
It is so strange coming back to this game after
retainers.
half a year.
It
feels so weird right now, going back to this.
I guess I have to.
Hey, Hilda. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking.
You see, I take part in this paralog.
What's up, Cyril?
You're gonna fight the Almirans, yeah?
I'll just have you know, I hate the Almirans.
Nothing you need to worry about, Cyril.
It's not that. I was just wondering if maybe I could go along with you.
I'd love to take out some
But
Almirans.
you'd be fighting people from your homeland.
Yeah, I hate those guys.
Do that?
None of
That's
them
what makes
remember
it
me
better.
anyway.
I won't
It's
hesitate
just
to
that
interrupt these
I
cutscenes
got
if we've seen
captured
them
in the
before.
battle at the locket.
Because we did this in
That's
our
how
Blue
I ended
Lions
up
playthrough.
here. So I'm kind of worried that other kids who lose their folks might not be so lucky.
What you mean, boy?
Before Lady Rhea took me in, I had a real hard time as a servant of House Goneril.
I'm sorry to hear that, but it's not like I'll go around snapping up Almiran children.
That's
Yet.
good, but I want to see things for myself, so I know that everything's okay.
I want to make sure that Hilda isn't going around killing Almirans for
Would
himself.
you want to join us, Professor? My brother will be there, but I'm a little scared about fighting all those fierce Almirans.
Oh no, not the fierce
If you could come
Almirans.
too, it'd be really great. We'd all feel way safer if you did.
Sure, I'll come with you.
Great! I know we'll be okay if you're there. Let's head out right away.
I'll go and get ready too.
You know, in the video that I semi-recently published of the first video of 3 in a video essay series on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX versus Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition for, like, which handled being remakes better. In that video, in the first part, during the art discussion of Rescue Team DX, I described how the whole world looked like it existed on top of an image, and I briefly mentioned Fire Emblem 3 Houses, because that was like, and not garbage images like 3 Houses, where you can literally see the lines where the textures don't properly match up. And so I've technically very briefly mentioned this game in one of my video essays recently. But yeah, and Lancer, oh hey, Serial, the worst trainee. He's intriguing, but like, his whole gimmick is that he's like the villager of this game, similar to Mozu from Fates and Donald from Awakening, where he has the personal ability that makes his growth rates better. But the thing is, his growth rates are actually worse than like almost every other character in the game. So if anything, all Aptitude does in this game is just bring it closer to being close to everybody else. Maybe very, very slightly better than everybody else. But his freaking ability that's like plus 10% to all growth rates isn't really saying much because his growth rates by default are actually garbage. So like, most of them at least, not all of them, but most of them are pretty garbage. So like, you know, he's a little bit misleading is a thing. Yeah, he's a trainee like Russ or Amelia. The problem is his growths aren't even good. Yep. His whole gimmick is he has better growths, but all it does is it just balances it out because he has bad growths. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I guess I'll take Flame. Maybe Ignatz? I probably don't want to use Anna in this. When was the last time I used Lawrence? Yeah, so if we do get rid of Anna, we do technically have like a slot open for like somebody else to generally take along with us. I mean, we don't even necessarily need to have that slot filled. Like, when I mean slots, I mean like 12 total units and 3 adjutants total. It fills up like 15, I believe. Or was it something more than that? Because it seems like this wouldn't quite add up. I have no idea. Let's just take along some other nerd or something. Who else am I gonna take? How about Ignatz? Whatever. It's been a while since I've taken him along. Who wants to freaking go with Claude this time? How about freaking, I don't know. Who else does he want support conversations with here? He wants still Petra, looks like. So, or I could do Annette. I mean, mix things up a little bit here. Annette go with Claude or whatever the hell, and then I already have Balthus apparently. And then, I don't know, freaking Marianne can take, no, I don't know. Yeah, we can take Raphael this time. It's a little bit weaker, so maybe we'll take Lee. Oh, I might like having a sniper with me. Whatever. Whatever. Are we all here? No, we've got to have some starting somewhere else, right? Yeah. Yupperoo. Conditions. Route the enemy. Oh, I forgot that these freaking monsters were something that you had to deal with in 3 houses, honestly. So how am I going to be dealing with those, I wonder? I guess I'll put Claude on the other side. But yeah, they're probably thinking to hold people over to the next game, whatever that will be. Maybe they had 4 routes from the very beginning with all completely different storylines, so we keep it interesting. Route 1 is easy, Route 2 is medium, Route 3 is hard, Route 4 being the hardest, but still a bit excessive. I mean, one of the ideas with all the routes is you can also do them in, like, any order is the thing. Like, at the beginning of the game, it's like, oh, here's your choice. Which house do you want to go into? The Black Eagles, the Golden Deer, or the Blue Lions? And that determines, like, what story you're gonna get from the midway point on. But until the midway point, it's basically the exact same storyline the entire way through. And if you chose the Black Eagles, it also splits at like the halfway point to 2 different routes from there. So if you want to experience all 4 routes of this 70-hour JRPG, you gotta play the same 40 hours over and over again, just for like a different 20 to 30 hours at the end. So like, yeah, I do like the idea of the monsters with multiple health bars. I do like that. Also, when it comes to video essays and such... Oh, you gotta stay there, I guess. Wait, why is Petra here? Okay, maybe I'll take Happy then. Sure. Okay, when it comes to video essays, when it comes to the idea of potentially doing a video essay on this game, let's have maybe somebody stronger over there since it's a smaller group, such as, sure, something like that is what we'll do. Hold on, I'll continue the train of thought after the brief cutscene of starting the battle.
Most of our allies have fallen. My big brother and I can probably handle this, though.
Hilda, glad you made it. Lord Holst has been afflicted with a sudden illness and couldn't come.
He's not here? Oh, I'm sorry. You must have been absolutely terrified. It's okay, though. I brought along someone who can definitely help us. That's you, Professor. Please help us save our allies and protect Fodlan's locket.
The matter, yeah, the rewards, yeah. Sure.
Good thing I knew about this back road, huh? We ought to be able to help our friends from here.
It's so weird coming back to this game. Anyway, when it comes to future video essays, right now, so I just recently published part 1 of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon vs. Xenoblade Chronicles for like remakes and such. But part 2 and 3 are basically done at this point. The only reason that they haven't been published yet is all I'm really waiting on is like the thumbnails, and that's basically it. So that's mostly done. So I'm actually working on the next video project right now, the next video essay project. And when it comes to that, should I just like, I don't have a bow here, do I? Darn. Somebody else who can attack from range? I mean,
ready anytime.
Ignatz might be in a little bit of danger if I do that. Oh, I can just go like here. The next video essay project that I'm working on right now actually is on, not on Pokemon Shooting Dungeon, on Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And originally, when I put together the script for that, on like all my thoughts that I wanted to share on the game, it wound up being like a 28-page script, which, for reference, my 3-hour Breath of the Wild video that took me 2 months to make was 3 hours long at 55 pages. So the Age of Calamity one would probably work out to being like an hour 40 minutes to 2 hours ish if I did the full script. And after looking at my whole script and spending like weeks working on it, I came to the realization that most of my big arguments were on, the biggest 2 arguments that I had to make were on leitmotifs and on how it handles progression, which are like my favorite and least favorite parts of Age of Calamity respectively. So, oh, I guess we can just like stay there and hold the line and such. So what I decided to do was I made a shorter script that was only like 8 pages or something long that just focused on leitmotifs and progression. And I'm currently working on a video on Age of Calamity that just focuses on those topics. And what I'm planning on doing is later down the line, is like very shortly after, I'd probably like develop them both together, is, do you not want to come over this way? Is recording like I've already recorded it. I don't know why I'm saying that as if it's something I'll do in the future. I've technically already recorded it. Is recording the entire 28-page script in full and just having that be a video of its own, but in more of a podcast-like format. Just have generic gameplay in the background. Because that freaking Breath of the Wild one that was 55 pages long took me like 2 months of video editing to make. Like, it was ridiculous. I don't want to tackle a project that big again. Even Pokemon Mystery Dungeon versus Xenoblade Chronicles is a massive video editing undertaking. So what I'm trying out with this Age of Calamity video essay is having like a short kind of video with like big production time, lots of editing, stuff like that, that focuses on like my main 2 arguments. And then the video that's like all my arguments and everything I want to say is more of like a podcast kind of thing with gameplay playing in the background. Just for anybody who wants to listen while like grinding in a game or working on some work or something like that on the side and yada yada, things like that. So on the topic of that, I'm trying it out with Age of Calamity to see if that's like a format that like is appealing and works and is cool and stuff like that. You don't... What range do you have? What range do you have? 2 to 3. Okay, so I can't really put anybody there at the moment. So if I did make a future video essay on Fire Emblem Three Houses, as we were just discussing during that last paralogue, what if I had like a short video, like a shorter video with a lot of production time that went in depth about why I don't like the progression of this game and why I don't feel motivated to continue and why I literally had to step away from this game for over half a year. But then also have like, but also work on like a full script that has like all my thoughts and everything that I have to say about this game, the good and the bad, instead of just that one bad aspect. And have it in a podcasty kind of format with gameplay in the background, just for anybody to like listen to the full thoughts in case they're interested in that. There's an idea on the subject of, you know, a video essay on this game, if anybody thinks that sounds like something that might be interesting. Like I said, I'm gonna be trying it out for the first time with Age of Calamity, see if it's something that like is neat and works and, you know, saves burden on my shoulders from, you know, making insanely long video projects with a lot of editing time. But yeah, Lancer, you'd be down for that? Sounds spicy spice? Well, I'm glad to hear that it may be something intriguing. Here's the thing, I gotta level up.
Another step.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be working on this Age of Calamity one next. But honestly, maybe I'll think about Fire Emblem after that. But yeah, that's why you suggested 4 different storylines. I'll have them share a story. That way you play it 4 times, you get a different story experience every time, so it feels somewhat fresh and add some new gameplay styles for each storyline or something. Usually I post this as you listen to your video essays points, don't derail it. Gotcha. But that's exactly what Fire Emblem Fates did, or sort of akin to it. Like, in Fire Emblem Fates, the story of that game sucked, but the music was fantastic and the gameplay was really cool. What Fire Emblem Fates had was the two factions at war of Hoshido and Nor, and the main two routes that you take are one where you side with Hoshido and one where you side with Nor. And something that was really, really cool is Hoshido had its own classes, like, that characters could go into, and Nor had its own classes that characters could go into. And in the story, there were a handful of characters that would join you no matter which route you went on. For example, Kaze the Ninja from Hoshido would join you even if you went to Nor. Or freaking Cyril or Cyril or whatever the heck, the Cavalier from Nor would join you even if you went to Hoshido. So, for the most part, whichever of those two routes you chose, for the most part, you'd have mostly classes from, like, that route. Silas, yeah, that's whatever the heck. Silas, I'm sorry, I forget these things. But whichever route you went with is what you would have, like, most of the classes of, and you would have to work with, that each have their own play styles and differences and such. And you would get these little small tastes of some of the classes of the other side with some of these characters that join you no matter what. And I really, really like that. And whenever we do get to Fates on this channel, one of my favorite things to be doing is going to be, on either route, getting as many people in classes of the other side as I can for each respective route. And really fleshing out my party to have, like, as diverse of, like, different classes and stuff like that as I can. And that's one of the things that was really cool about Fates, was the differences in the routes like that made each have its own unique playstyle and such. And another big difference in Fates between Hoshido and Nor is Hoshido was the one that was more akin to something like Fire Emblem Awakening on, like, normal difficulty, or hard difficulty, I guess. That was supposed to be more beginner friendly and such, where you had plenty of means to grind, you had, like, all sorts of gold to increase your weapons, whereas Nor was the one that was more designed like Fire Emblem in the past, where it's like one story chapter to another, limited ways to grind unless you get the DLC, in which case you would still grind anyway. But gameplay that was, like, way, way, way more unforgiving, especially if you play on Lunatic Classic like that, like I did, and wound up being, like, an actually incredibly hard challenge that was, like, really intriguing, quite frankly. And then the third route, Revelations, was the one where you recruit everybody from both sides, essentially, and take on the big bad dragon who's, like, responsible for creating the war in the first place, essentially. Is the thing. Can I maybe... You have Lewin? Why do you have Lewin? Hold on. Hold on. Darn. Brave Axe it is, I think. But yeah, Nor's drops are generally more defensive, whereas Hoshido's were generally more offensive. Yeah, that's definitely another way of looking at it, and we shredded through so fast on the Nor route. It was really, really tricky at times. But apart from the story being garbage, Fates, in terms of its gameplay, has each route have its own completely unique things like that. That gives you a whole different slew of classes, completely different playstyles, and a completely different plot instead of it following, like, the exact same first half. Whereas in the different routes of this, it's just like, okay, you've got a different handful of students, but they all generally go into, like, the same handful of classes anyway. Like, sometimes I guess you'll wind up playing with some classes that you didn't before, just because, like, some students might be fit more to it, but, like, most commonly, no matter which route you take, you've got somebody that's fitting for, like, a handful of types of classes anyway, so you don't really get that much variety. So in terms of gameplay, I do genuinely think that Fates had freaking incredible gameplay for those reasons, among others. I do think that the gameplay of Fates was great. So once we finish off 3, come on, 92% and it misses. So once we finish off Golden Deer freaking route of this, and which I may just bum rush, and once we finish off the DLC of Awakening, the next game that I probably would move on to is Fire Emblem Fates, starting with Birthright, then going to Conquest, and then Revelations. And apart from the story sucking, I do really look forward to it, quite frankly, because of several of the reasons that I've described, essentially. But yeah, there's my shtick, I guess. You're gonna double Hilda? Well then.
Thank you.
My goodness. But yeah, by the way, how's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty alrighty. there have been some moments of fun coming back to Fire Emblem Three Houses just now, like that time in the last paralog where Claude got the freaking Vantage 8% crit on that one enemy. Oh crap, now that Yuri's out of the play. Oh crap. Oh crap. Ugh. Okay, it's probably fine. But yeah, that is the one thing that bothers you about Three Houses, that the game pushes the player in a certain direction when it comes to characters' job classes because they excel or are flawed in a certain aspect. Yeah, the whole idea behind this game, with the students all starting out as like generic kind of commoners or nobles, is that you can mold them to fit like whatever thing you want them to, which technically you still can, but they basically fit into like a certain role anyway, so it doesn't really matter, honestly. But I mean, yeah, there's a few things about Three Houses that are just Three Houses things, I guess. But yeah, when it comes to the question of how I'm doing, like, I was hoping that after coming back to Three Houses after all this time, like, maybe I would suddenly be like, okay, now that I'm getting into it more, I can see myself pushing through and, like, beating this game and yada yada. But honestly, so far, I'm still not super enthused about it. Like, I was hoping that me come on! I was hoping that me finally getting around to, you know, actually picking this up again and making progress in it again for the first time in 3,000 years would give me the motivation that I would need to, like, see it through to the end. But so far it honestly hasn't. Like, I'm just feeling this, like, the same feelings that made me drop this over half a year ago, where it's just like, I don't really want to, you know? I don't exactly want to, I guess. I don't know. So, for the question of how I'm doing, I don't know. I'm just in a kind of weird place right now where it's like, I feel obligated to get through to the end of this just so that's done with. I might not do the 4th route. I might just, you know, call it after 3. Considering I might not even be motivated to finish off the 3rd.
Oh no, they got one.
I'm not gonna go for a perfect thing at this point. I just want to bum rush the freaking game, honestly. Like, I was hoping that I'd have the motivation to, you know, be like, okay, I'm having fun again. Let's get back into this. It's been half a year. It's been a good break. But no, I just feel like, yeah, I just don't really want to play Fire Emblem Three Houses anymore. I want to play some more, like, I want to play Fire Emblem Fates or something on this channel. Or some of the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem games, which technically have, like, some of the same problems of as Three Houses, where it's just like, oh, freaking start to finish, and that's all it is. But at least those games don't expect you to play them multiple times like Three Houses does. Like, the whole thing about this just being a thing start to finish and then put it down, it's done, wouldn't be that much of an issue if it didn't expect you to play multiple times, you know? So, like, I'm playing this and it's just like, okay, this is the exact same thing that I've done multiple times. In fact, this exact same mission, I've done it before in a previous playthrough. Like, there's nothing new here, apart from it being a higher difficulty, I guess, but like, I just don't really care, I guess. I don't know. What battalion do you have? The full essay, that could be pretty good. That could be, especially considering we cleared out that area there. Like, I am very intrigued by a lot of the aspects of Three Houses gameplay, like the way that the weapon system works, with them being breakable, but then you can repair them and such. The gambits are a really cool thing, and the multi-tile enemies, I really like those things. But yeah, don't like that the game says, here's a guy who can make you into whatever you want, but you get a bonus if you make him a sword master. Yeah. You can make all your characters into almost anything you want since gender-locked classes came back. They got rid of them in Fire Emblem Fates, and then they brought them back in Fire Emblem Fates with the DLC when one of the whole gimmicks of Fire Emblem Fates was that there was going to be no more classes that are like gender locked, and then they brought back gender locked classes to Fates in DLC anyway, which is pretty stupid. When one of the whole gimmicks of that game was no more gender locked classes. But anyway, when it comes to Three Houses, you can make your characters into almost any class you want, excluding gender locked classes, because you need to be a certain gender to go into certain classes, because that's totally fair and stuff. So you can never be a freaking male Gremory or Pegasus Knight, and you can never be a female, like, Berserker or whatever the heck. No, whatever the heck it is. Brawling Bastard? Warlord? What are the names of the classes in this game? I forget. Let's go ahead and do this, I guess. You can become almost anything you want. I missed! Except you'll only be as good as you can be if you do this. And even if you take the time to become as good as you can be, that progress is gonna be taken away because we freaking hate you anyway by the end of the game. I don't know how I miss a bird that big. My freaking... He's boosted is how. Is exactly how. He's absolutely boosted is my explanation. Hello, Diamond Griffith. If I'm saying that correctly, I may be butchering it. I'm a little bit worried about Raphael here. I mean... What if we just, like, pull back and stuff, and then I'll just, like, do this? Set it correct. Nice. Glad to hear it. Well, welcome to the shenanigans called Fire Emblem Three Houses that I have not resumed with in... Oh, my goodness. Are you gonna get to there if I don't do something right now? Oh, crap. A game that I have not continued with in half a year. I do like Hilda doing that. You can make anyone into anything, but you can't make John a sniper because he got shot one time in his backstory. Oh my. Oh, I'd have to put another unit up there if I want to freaking make a wall right here, which sucks. Darn it, Sotha's shield doesn't help in any way here.
Yep.
Everyone's gonna go after Happy if I put her here. Is the thing. I'm supposed to not let anybody go onto that tile, but you're gonna, like, go after my avatar anyway. So, I mean...
Well done.
So, I mean, Wait, I can move my avatar again, technically. Technically speaking.
Ready anytime.
Do you still have bows, Ignatz? But yeah, there is a lot I could say about this game if I make a video essay on it. I literally can't kill this guy with Ignatz. I straight up can't. Welp, I mean, I'll try this, I guess. Oh, nice. We got the freaking have eyes thingamabob. Okay, this will distribute things a little bit more in that case. Sure, let's do this, and then you'll just be stunned, and I won't have to deal with you for a little bit, I guess. Okay. What are we doing over here? The answer is... I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Lysithea can do some sniping over here. Instead of the boss, because Claw can take on the boss anyway. Watch us miss. I was honestly fully expecting it to. I was honestly completely expecting it to miss. But yeah, if I did do a video essay on this game, I could definitely see myself having a lot to say about it. Because, like, it's not like it's a bad game. I have over 250 hours into it. But it's after that long and still, you know, not having the full story from having to do multiple routes and getting, like, super fed up with it that I, you know, start to feel as demotivated as I do to continue with it, I guess. But if I can see myself through to the end of the Golden Deer route, I will feel... Oh. But yeah, honestly, if they just went with a reclass system like Awakening or Fates, but everybody gets access to all the 6% crit the guy with 1 health. Okay, it's not someone I need to keep particularly alive anyway. But everyone gets access to all the classes except for the character exclusive one. I think that'd be cooler. Yeah, I honestly think so as well. I honestly fully expected that to hit. Hopefully nobody can reach Happy. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to survive things over there. Like, I can try my best, but it's freaking sketchy as heck. Is the thing. I'm probably not going to get any rewards.
We're wiped out. We won't be able to defend this place.
So you're telling me at least one has to survive and I have to bum rush, huh? We could always switch over to some more Fire Emblem Awakening tonight. But, like, then I'd be avoiding the issue. The issue of me not ever finishing this game off. Don't force yourself to play if you don't want to. That type of energy would come out in your video. I mean, yeah, this is true. Man, that was weird. Crazy how the Switch just restarted the game. Man, that sure was unfortunate. Guess we just have to do it over again. Man, sure is odd, huh? Alright, well, I guess we'll try that again. But yeah, I'm honestly not sure if I can even get to the end of, like, the Golden Deer route. Like, I did want to come back after this long to finally be like, okay, now I'm gonna finally finish this off properly. Do I need to, like, defend this point? Should I bring more flyers? Mr. Kill starts as an assassin, but if you want, you can make him an armor knight, then he could be good at it, then that'd be the dream. That would be great, wouldn't it? I need to bring some better units. That's what I need to do. Like that, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. But no, I get your example there. Let's see here. I don't know. Sure, something like that, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we need to defend this point.
Most of our
Like, we can handle this, yada yada. Now, my iron armies approach you, do not allow them to capture the defended location. And we gotta rescue so many soldiers.
Good thing I knew
So,
about
like,
Stay focused.
But yeah, I did honestly want to really finish this off. But I mean, at the same time, I'm not 100% certain if, you know, it's quite for me. I might just have to burn through the rest of my Sword of the Creator here and then just forge it back up again later. Is what I may have to do. I mean, I could always equip that and then it would, like, default onto the Sword of the Creator after, I guess, or something. Sure, there's no mages, so the Sotha shield doesn't matter anyway.
The sun.
What is this massive area of attack? Is this a freaking meteor? Oh, this is bolting. Okay, I mean...
Support! We're saved!
Okay, I mean... Please land. Okay, if it didn't land, I was honestly gonna restart again. This is the thing, since it's just like first turn anyway. Sure, and then we'll do the same with Lysithea, I guess. Well, that archer would be able to get her. We think the assets and flaws are an interesting use of gameplay and story integration, but at the same time makes the progression system feel like it's more limited than it actually is. Yeah, it's very much like, oh, you have free reign to do whatever you want. Just kidding, it's better if you do this. Which, I mean, might make a very interesting challenge run if, for the sake of charity, I ever do like a Black Eagles Empire route flaw training challenge. But at the same time, that would be a challenge run that's based around doing a 70-hour JRPG again for, like, the 4th time. Just look on YouTube and shows the end and pretend you beat the game again. There's the play. Oh, I never repaired that silver axe. Whoops. But there's, like, so much story that, like, leads up to it. Like, I am honestly intrigued to see what the rest of the Golden Deer route is, and I probably would be more enthused about it once we get past the halfway point, which, like, is coming up bit by bit, I guess. But, like...
Sure thing.
Wait, I can just...
Well done.
I can just... Maybe I will use this after all, and then just forge it up afterwards. This will stop at least you two. Okay. Don't want to spoil anything, but don't expect anything huge. Because, like I said earlier in the last parallel, from the interwebs, I technically do know who the... I need to turn down the game sound. It's looking loud again, according to OBS, overtaking my voice almost. I do know who the final boss is. I don't know what the context around him being the final boss is, like what the story behind it is. I just know, like, who he is. But,
Let's get to it.
I mean, I guess the build up to it isn't, like, super big or anything. It's just like, oh, here's the dude that I'm not gonna say, just in case anybody is like watching it on YouTube after the fact and doesn't want to be spoiled and such. You know,
Yep.
I'm gonna have to turn around anyway for those dudes coming from above. Is the thing. So coming over here was kind of pointless. I'm just gonna skip. Whatever. Ally phase. Yeah. Hopefully that landed. It didn't. Oh! I am almost dead. Serve of the Creator has 2 uses to it. I mean... use both my gambits immediately here. Screw it, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, I guess. But yeah, my relationship with Fire Emblem Three Houses is very strange at this point, to say the least. I can technically snipe that. Technically, I can. Wait, I might even just be able to do it with Leone. Yes. You know what? I'm gonna say this is worth doing. We won't have to worry about the big burb for next turn, because breaking all the things is gonna make you stunned.
I call that a win.
Okay. Yeah, I do still like the strategy gameplay of it at the end of the day, and I really like things like Divine Pulse. There's so many things I freaking love about Three Houses. But so... oh, that took out all your health as well. I thought you had a second health bar after that. Oh, I must have taken out the entire health bar with Byleth earlier. Interesting. Oh, I don't actually want to take that damage there, honestly. Yeah, let's just fire you. Like...
It's the least I could do.
I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with Fire Emblem Three Houses at this point. A deep love, a deep hate relationship. It's kind of like my relationship with Breath of the Wild at this point. Like, Breath of the Wild is a game that I have a very dramatic love-hate relationship with. And I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with Fire Emblem Three Houses as well, except a very different one. There's no way I save all of them. There's no way. Should I just, like, Soul Blade this guy? Heck yeah. I'm doing it. But yeah. 3 hour Three Houses video. If I did something like that, it would just be in the form of, like, a podcast kind of thing. Where it's just me talking over gameplay footage. There's no way I could freaking... you know, do something like the Breath of the Wild 3 hour one. That took me 2 months to edit. Like, anything longer than that. Like, I might just do the kind of Age of Calamity format that I'm working on for a video essay right now. Where it's like, you know, here's a short video on, like, my big arguments, but then there's, like, a podcasty kind of video on, like, all my arguments that's just, like, an hour or two of rambling over gameplay footage. Like, scripted rambling, but still rambling. Is the thing. I mean... I might need Constance over there to assist, but, like, I can... deal with this guy first, I guess. Is the thing.
May my foes someday forgive me.
And that crest thing there just reminded me. Another thing that is, you know, strange to me. Like, I used fire twice, we're at 9 uses, and that's because the Crest of Noah occasionally conserves magic uses. Thing is, there's no real rule for this. It's just sometimes it conserves magic uses. Just because of Constance's character having the Crest of Noah. Which can make you really luck out with things like bolting that only have like 2 uses. But most of the time it won't. Sometimes it will. Sometimes you really need it to kick in and it won't. And it's just like randomly determined whether you get it to or not. And that's all it is. And it's a situation and a half. And I don't know. Three Houses has some issues, I guess. I could send my unit back already.
Thank you.
To deal with the shenanigans over here. Yeah, Yuri has a lot of movement. Didn't I give him, like, the boots or something? I'm fairly certain I did. I think I did, honestly. Why are you bouncing so fast? Okay, well, yeah, here they come. I'm just gonna skip. No help came. I'm working on it! Freaking leave me be. It's Maddening Classic. What do you want me to do? So it seems like they don't actually want to go past this point at the moment anyway. So, I mean...
Stay focused.
If there's anything that I want to undo, it's going to be that. So I may as well do stuff over here first. May as well, I guess. Welp. But yeah, don't mind the randomness as long as victory isn't entirely out of my control. Any level of randomness is okay with you. Yeah, there's also things like freaking Fire Emblem Awakening random ambush spawns being fun and balanced. There's no way I save that guy. Like, there's no way it's possible. I don't see it happening. This is the one that has bonus damage. And, oh, I was about to say it has less. I misread it. It actually does have a lot more. Alright, as long as one of these lands. Watch this miss. Okay, cool.
Of course I won.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I have a strange relationship with three houses at this point. Alright, that guy's gonna die. We're just gonna leave the one guy over here alive if I can. And that's gonna be my good deed of the day, I guess, or something. Please land. Please land.
The sun.
Let's see. What if I try this guy instead? Please land. I was like, why can't I divine pulse? It's because I needed to do the Kanto thing afterwards.
The sun.
Can I kill one of them, please? What if I got up until the halfway point off camera? I continued from there or something. I don't even really want to play on Maddening Classic anymore.
Who, me?
My 5 charges, huh?
Stay focused.
I mean... I forgot that foul play was a thing that existed, honestly. I honestly forgot. Sure, just to get that one extra tile away.
Sure thing.
Sure.
The sun.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you love Hero and Smash because randoms adds so much fun to the game and keeps the character from getting stale, but the casinos in the actual Dragon Quest games where obviously victory is entirely up to chance makes you want to bash your head against the wall. Yeah, even stuff like this, like my bolting with Constance, where I tried 3 times against 3 different enemies, is just like, welp. Oh, well, I got good luck there. That was nice, at least. That was quite nice, at least. That guy's gonna die. I just need to hope that the guy down there lives.
Yeah, we took
Oh.
They're going
Then why did they...
I guess it's
Why
over.
did the combat forecast say that they were gonna go after me? The game literally lied to me. It said that it was gonna go after Byleth, and then they went into the...
Yep.
And then they didn't even do that.
Much needed. Stay focused.
What the heck? Well, it only represents one possible timeline. Exactly, huh?
Well done.
I gotta be here for that, though. Those would be my last 2 uses of the Sword of the Creator. Would that even be worth forging up? Isn't the next story chapter the one that, like, powers it up anyway, and then it gets repaired through that? I don't exactly have a bow, though. Wait, can I just access the convoy? What if I just, like... What if I just, like... Okay, I'm liking this plan. I am liking this plan. Nice. As Wacky, you try to train Byleth to be magical, and he doesn't even get that magical. If I would have attacked with freaking fire instead of a bow, it would have done like 5 damage. Okay, so as long as they don't have pass. Okay, cool. Oh, you're gonna use full Assaid there, huh?
Who, me?
Oh, darn. I was about to say, can I get to a place where it won't hit Yuri as well? Darn, I should have put Yuri one more tile up. That's what I should have done. I'll wait here instead, I guess. I'm gonna need Constance to pick off some dudes over here. She can't with bolting right now.
Let us away.
Sure. Sure, I guess. Let's do that.
Let's get to it.
A lot of people really want Yuri right now. What the hell?
Gotta use your head sometimes.
Okay, low chance of hitting Yuri. Yeah, alternatively, this game's AI was programmed by the same guy who did the AI for the original Shining Force, something I've never played before, and thus, despite being in the 9 realms saying it should do one thing, it does something entirely different, because why not? What with it saying it was going to attack my character, and then they didn't, and they made me lose the map, and to restart and stuff. Welp. I need to save that one guy, or else I just straight up lose. If only Paveyes could have kicked in, huh? Okay, we may be able to recover here.
No hesitation.
Hey, Vantage! An 81% crit!
Should I have held back?
That's what you get for attacking my dude. That's what happens when you attack him when his health is low. Thank goodness that landed. Thank goodness for that. I can't get close enough for a regular attack, can I? Darn it. But yeah, imagine having a consistent AI that actually does what one would expect. This post was not made by the Three Houses gang. Yep, sounds about right. What's your Gambit? Full Assaid. What's your Gambit? Also full Assaid. Gambit? Poison Arrows. Resonant Flames. Resonant White Magic, huh? What if 45? What are hit rates in Maddening?
Shake things up.
Do you know what would be a fun way to make the game harder? Make your RNG worse.
Let's get to it.
Like, I don't mind higher difficulty settings in something like Fire Emblem. Having, you know, the enemies be stronger. Having there be more enemies on the map. Stuff like that. That just makes it freaking, you know, that makes it harder. Affecting the RNG mechanics of the game to make it harder, I do not like. That's some FE6 level hit rates. Oh my. Still haven't played FE6 before, but makes me worried. So those ones would attack her, huh? What the heck? What do I do about this whole situation? Basically. 10, you have a full Assaid too. If I back up from here, they'll be able to get onto this tile.
Let us away.
You do not have a Physic. I thought maybe you'd be able to Physic Byleth at first. You can't even take out this guy? Reminder that in FE6 it is possible to miss with a 100% hit with a 0% due to how its RNG works. Jeebus.
Who, me?
I mean, I could always, like, do that, I guess. Just one hit of the Brave Axe.
Work.
I don't have any more Gambits on Byleth.
Yep.
That is not as much of a heal as I wish it was.
Stay focused.
Should be able to take him out here before he does any damage.
You fought well.
Should be able to do so. Okay. If we take this guy out, it's technically fine. Oh, but then those dudes would attack Leone?
I'll celebrate later.
If they go after Byleth instead, he's not gonna
Sure
survive.
thing.
And then 3 would go after Yuri if I put...
Do the trick.
I literally might not be able to do anything here. Okay, a couple are going after Hilda. Maybe it's okay. It's a lot about FE6's game design that a sword-locked infantry unit is the best unit in the game because he's one of the only characters who can consistently hit. I know during Awakening there was the one person who stopped into the stream mentioning something about... Wait, do I just have to defeat enemy commander? Wait. Nope, route the enemy. Dang it, if only it was that easy, huh? I mean, I don't know. I also don't know why this guy can suddenly move now. But I mean, I know there was one person who came in and mentioned that there was like a mod for FE6 of some sort. Maybe I'd look into it at some point for whenever we do that game. But first would come Fates. Hopefully first would be finishing off this game, but I don't know if I can bring myself to, honestly. I'm not 100% certain if I have the willpower to do it.
Leave it to me.
I think Lysithea should just, settle for continuing to snipe people and stuff. Alright, as long as one of these lands. Okay, good.
This is what I do.
Yeah, you can keep sniping people. I mean, you're not gonna attack that guy. Project Ember, yeah, it changes so much, it's like an entirely different game almost, huh? I mean, if I land this... Okay, good, that's all the bolting.
Things are
Okay.
looking up. Let's keep going and save the others.
There are no others, that's the only guy who's gonna be saved. ×2? Oh, thank goodness one missed. Will it be enough? Oh, they have the freaking poison strike though. Oh no. Oh no. Ah! Oh no. If anybody attacks Byleth from range, I'm literally screwed. 30% chance I lose right now. Okay. Okay, Vantage Wrath coming in clutch.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
I would have literally lost right there if I didn't have Vantage plus Wrath.
Sweat was worth it.
And probably Defiant Crit as well. That was a 100% crit rate that I just had. So I probably have Defiant Crit from like my previous save. Yeah, I straight up do.
Careful now.
So like my crit rate right now is incredibly good if I stay at that low of HP. Which I mean, if you guys just have melee weapons, could work for me. I already have the Vantage Wrath Defiant Crit build. It must have been like with Renown and such. Okay, in which case this can be dealt with. I think we can win right now. I do think we can win this. I do think so. Hit rates aren't exactly the best, are they? Well, come on. Come on. Nice.
Of course I won.
Yeah, we can definitely win this from here. We can definitely win from here as long as there's no random ambush spawns. for sure. Okay, I might just make my unit rush over to those dragons over there and like shred them at this low health. Is kind of what I'm leaning towards. So we can take you out with Flame. Okay, we managed to figure out the puzzle that is this freaking incredibly BS paralog, probably. I mean, it's still possible that we can lose from here, but like, you know, unlikely. Brave Bow. Brave Bow it is, I suppose. Also, my stream manager is completely frozen, so I'm gonna refresh it and hope that it works and stuff. Okay. But yeah, it changes character bases, character growth, makes Roy able to early promote, a much needed change. Gives Lilina a new unique promotion, new classes, new weapons, buffs, hit rates, allows thieves to promote, and that's just what you've seen of it, huh? So it's definitely something I should look into in that case. Is what it sounds like. Yeah, Yuri's movement, he must have gotten the freaking boots or whatever. He must have. Because, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Sure. Let's just finger gun it. Cool.
No biggie.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we can definitely deal with this.
Much
Oh, I should have taken the freaking glowy tile, shouldn't I have? Okay, well, I mean, hey, some free XP, I guess, which should be much cooler if, you know, it was like not three houses, like freaking Fates or Awakening or something where, you know, it actually means something outside of the main story. Now, why do those archers look like a bunch of links from Zelda? What you mean? Nah, I don't know. How do I zoom out again? There we go. I need to remember how to play this game again. Is the thing. Alright. Time to die, I guess. So, in theory, I forgot I had that build. So, in theory, me running up there with almost no HP should just delete them.
as expected.
It should, in theory, just delete them.
No hesitation.
As I thought it would.
Fought well.
Yeah, that worked out. Okay. I mean... do I need to go one more tile up? Wait, hold on. Whoa. Can I get my unit to rush over there to, like, delete the other guys? Because I feel like it, except for the archer. He won't be able to deal with the archer. Silver axe, silver lance, that's fine. So as long as Constance can deal with the freaking archer. Oh, you still have a bolting. You're gonna need to one-shot this guy, or else he one-shots you. So, like, have a go at it. At least this game has Divine Pulse, so if you do miss something like that, then you can, you know, undo it a certain amount of times. Unlike the other games where it's just like, well, guess you're royally screwed now. Okay. Oh, darn it!
Well done.
Welp. Okay. Okay, I think we did it. I think so. Thank goodness for that.
Let the lesson begin.
Goodbye.
Each battle.
Goodbye,
chance to
random dude. Welp. Now for the other one to run to his death.
Gotta use your head sometimes.
There's a 20% chance I lose. Okay. Okay. Darn, he's gonna be able to run into the thing now. Guess that means we have to kill him. Is what I suppose it means. Oh, now I have 100% hit rate for things. But yeah, if you want the original experience, both the good and the bad, play the OG. If you want a smoother experience, more in line with modern RPGs, play Project Ember. I may just wind up looking into it. I'll maybe look into it after the stream's over, if I remember. Maybe. Welp. Welp.
I'll never be satisfied.
We conquered it.
We did it somehow. Cyril, Professor, thank you.
You bet.
You didn't do anything.
I'm gonna drop by my family's estate and complain to my brother a bit. You two should head back.
I think my microphone picked up that freaking crack just now. That was my knee, by the way. My joints are getting stiff from playing this game. Thanks efforts of promoting all your allies' motivation increase. Yeah, sure. So many hours in this gosh darn game.
They aren't really trying to cross Fodlan's throat. I'm not saying they're not serious, but fights like this one aren't really invasions.
And what are they doing?
They just start fights like this sometimes. It's so they can show off how strong they are. I think it's pretty dumb. I mean, people are getting killed. And why? So some guy can think he's tough? After every fight, they do a big feast and everybody eats and dances and there's music. It's supposed to honor the dead, but I figure they just like to make noise. I think they're all idiots, but if I'm real honest, it wasn't the worst way to live life.
Feeling homesick.
Nah, I'm where I belong now, and I don't really like Elmira. If they want to show how tough they are, then they ought to look after kids who've lost their parents.
Whew, I'm tired. Professor, Cyril, thanks for all your help.
You get a chance to see your brother?
I did, though I think I'd be better off otherwise. He was horribly ill, for one thing. He looked so pale and haggard. Apparently, he'd eaten a bad mushroom before the battle, and it made him horribly sick. What an idiot. Anyway, when I told him we'd handled the Elmiran situation, he was just gushing with praise. I tried telling him that it wasn't all me, but he didn't even listen.
Weren't you glad to get praise from your brother?
That did feel pretty good, I'll admit. But then things got awkward. He started trying to pawn off his whole inheritance. I told him I wanted none of it. Eventually, he settled for foisting this thing on me. Do you know what it is?
One heck of an axe. He gave it to you?
Yes, it's a magic axe called Freikugel. It's the hero's relic of House Goneril. He said that I should have it, since the crest I bear will allow me to wield it. He was so insistent I eventually relented, but I don't think I can be responsible for something so precious. Hey, Professor, why don't you take it instead?
Why me?
Heroes' relics contain terrifying power. They're beyond the capabilities of a novice like me. You're the only person I trust to take care of it. Please, help me out here.
If you're sure. Give me that axe.
Thank you so much. I honestly didn't know what I was going to do with this thing. A big scary axe is not my style. Plus, look closely. Parts of the axe are pulsating like it's alive. How gross is that? But I'll use it if you tell me to, Professor. Or you could get somebody else to wield it if you like. It's all up to you now.
Bye! I'm gonna run away now.
That Hilda, she really is something.
We got Freikugel. I'll probably just give it to Hilda anyway. And yeah, that could well be the case, Lancer.